Few stories I've been meaning to talk to you about. One is we have a new Gallup poll about support for the Tea Party, and Tea Party support is now at a record low. You probably have not been hearing nearly as much about the Tea Party lately. Support is indeed lower than ever. A record 54% of Americans say they are neither supporters nor opponents, and that is telling because it tells us how irrelevant the Tea Party has become in the sense that most people have no position on it whatsoever. And only 17% of Americans now consider themselves supporters of the Tea Party. And as you might remember, the Tea Party emerged in 2009, sort of in opposition to the Obama administration. Americans took sides for or against the movement in the 2010 midterm elections. And that's when the Tea Party, apologies as I punched my microphone there, that's when the Tea Party really was at its highest peak, and support peaked that month, November of 2010, the election month, at 32% support. And support then eroded over the following years. Opponents of the Tea Party started to gain the upper hand, and the support for the Tea Party has eroded. Now, I think that the poll is accurate, but it also misses a really important thing, which is that the Tea Party, in a sense, has been sort of absorbed into the Republican Party. So while support for the Tea Party as a discrete group or political movement is lower than ever, we now have a much stronger, what I would call Tea Party presence within the Republican Party. And we said this years ago. One of two things would happen to the Tea Party. Either the Tea Party itself would become a bigger movement, or it would essentially disappear as its ideas become integrated into the Republican Party. And that's what has happened. Look at John Boehner and what happened with the Speaker of the House. John Boehner, I don't know that I want to call him the victim, but certainly on the receiving end of the anti-establishment Republican backlash that has been widely Tea Party led. And he ultimately decided to resign as Speaker of the House and resign from Congress altogether, ultimately replaced by the new Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, who has certainly been more of a darling of the Tea Party movement. So the reason in part that the Tea Party has not been in the news is that support for the Tea Party as a discrete movement is lower than ever, but also the Tea Party has succeeded in making its views, I won't say mainstream within the Republican establishment, but certainly more integrated into the base core beliefs of the Republican Party. So very interesting. And I think that Tea Party are two words you will hear probably less and less as we go forward in the 2016 election.